Roxy. That's a good girl, Roxy. Well, here we are. Welcome back to the stewed. Oh, gotta stretch it out. Oh, I gotta make it work. Had some things come to me recently. Pretty crazy. Oh, man, welcome back, everybody, to episode 4 of the TrapHouse Podcast. And let me tell you what, folks, boy, do we got a show today. Not only do I have a special guest, but we have a lot to talk about. There's a lot of ideas and fun things that have come to mind over this past, whatever time's passed since the last one. Who really knows? What is time anyway? It's a concept, right? Of what? Who knows? But I mean, here's one to think about. Let's think about this. That is pretty weird. We have scientists that we pay tons and tons and tons and tons and tons and tons of money to. Tons of money to every year to research stuff from Mars, right? I mean, I'm not going to Google search it, but I'm sure it's in the trillions of dollars a year. I mean, that's just an assumption. What do I know? I don't know a penny from a wooden nickel. And I wouldn't expect you to know that either, but we've got a lot of things to cover. We've got a lot of things to go over, and I'm just 1-2ing through all this. I'm ready. But first, we've got to get through a quick. Where is it? We gotta get through a quick thing. A quick thing from the last podcast. We got to talk about what was mentioned in the podcast prior. Now, again, thanks again for showing up to episode 4. Episode 4, baby. We made it. This is the milestone episode. This is the bring 'em home hitter. That guy that comes in and if everybody doesn't strike out ahead of him, he's the guy who can possibly hit everybody. That's if everybody didn't strike out, then the number 4 hitter is completely useless. I mean, who needs him? Who needs him? Apparently, every baseball team has this guy. Does everybody know what I'm talking about? Oh, there it is. I got it. I remember. I don't really remember, but I was reminded. We got the cleanup. He's the cleanup hitter. So the first 3 batters before him make a big old mess. And then he's in there to clean that up. So technically, the 3 batters ahead of him are like the leftovers on the plate that you don't want to eat. The Brussels sprouts. That like burnt corner of the French fry. That little bit of leftover sauce from Grandma's lemon meringue pie. That little bit that gets left on them. He comes in and he cleans all that up. Now everybody needs that cleanup hitter, that number 4, that big boy, and it's the biggest guy on the team. I mean, he's the one with the weight behind the hit, But anyway, I progress. So reptiles as pets. Jeez Louise, here's something to think about, huh? Who wants to put a reptile in their house? And I mean, if you have one, let me know. I really want to know. And you know what? Send a pic. If you got a reptile, let me know. Let's talk about it. I want to see it. Okay? Because it's very interesting, those who keep reptiles as pets. Now, I know I've seen reptiles in the wild. I've seen reptiles at a zoo. I've actually seen a video of a reptile crossing a road, I guess. I've seen that, but I've never in my life ever, I've thought about it. I've questioned people about it, but I've never in my mind was like, man, could I see myself with a reptile? What kind of reptile would I have though? Would you have a snake? Would you have a bearded dragon? Would you have a iguana? A chameleon? A lot of reptiles to think about. Maybe a turtle. I know a turtle. It's, turtle's like in between. He's like that reptile that accidentally slipped into a shell and couldn't get out. That's what he evolved into. Also pretty squishy on the inside, from what I heard. Just mush in there. I digress. And it's something to think about, I mean, you got to go through, you got to feed them. You got to get them their food. Kind of like every other pet, you got to get them their food. But who wants to go and buy dead crickets? Who's buying cricket? And, I witnessed a lady the other day. I was in one of the pet stores in my area, and I says, I saw a lady, and she let me get 100 crickets. Do you want the big ones or the small ones? How is that? How is that a choice for crickets? Big or small? Are we buying pickles or cucumbers? Are we buying the baby dill, or are we buying cucumber? How is it that cricket size is a menu on the option? How is it that crickets are an option on the menu? But anyway, the lady says, "Oh, you got any small ones?" You had two options, lady. This isn't BK. You don't get to have it how you want it. You don't have it. Look, you got a medium-sized cricket or a large cricket. Choose. Just pick one. It's your choice. I don't even know. What are you feeding, lady? What are you feeding? I'm going fishing, she said. What? I can't see myself having reptiles as pets. It's too big of a headache. You got to get them a heat pad. You got to keep them a certain temperature all the time. It's just like, I don't want to be that responsible for something that, if it gets out of the crate, if it gets out of its little pen, it's gone. See ya. Gone. You ever see the geckos in Florida? Holy shit, they're quick. Go. You catch one, you hold it just for a second, and it seems like it just shoots away. Just, you see it, and it's gone. I do have a quick funny story about a gecko. Okay? I got a quick little tidbit gecko story. Okay? Very quick, very funny. Not funny at all. I was in a very serious place. But we'll get into that. Here we go. I got to prepare my mind for the idea and have you ever forgot something and then remember? Does that mean did you actually forget it? Can you really truly ever forget something? Because if you are reminded and then say, "Oh, I forgot." You didn't forget it was there. You just needed a little, little nudge, little elbow there. Hey, wake up. Wake it up. Wake it up. Sometimes we just I don't think you ever forget. But anyway, here's my gecko story. I spent some time in Florida a while ago with I was in rehab. What can I say? I was in rehab. I was in a rehab facility. And I was down there with some of the craziest people I've ever met in my life. I mean, legit crazy. And when I say crazy, I mean crazy. Crazy. Crazy in a good way. Crazy in a bad way. Crazy in a crazy way. Some of the people I was there with didn't even need to be there. It was insane. But anyway, here's my gecko story. We were out back peeling potatoes, 100-pound sacks of potatoes, ripping them off. Boom, boom, boom. When you got to feed over 150 people, jeez Louise, But anyway, we're back there. You get talking, We're talking, hanging out, just sharing stories, shooting the shit. And one of the guys says, "Did you know that if you bite the tail off of a gecko, if you can catch one because they're so fast," this is how he talks to people, because they're so fast. If you catch one, because their tail grows back, there's a reject. If you catch one and you bite the tail off, you'll trip for 3 days. Stone cold, right? We're in a rehab in the middle of Florida, and this kid says, "You want to get high?" I mean, I, for one, did not. But there, about 20 people thought that that was a good idea. Now, a lot of you may not know this. Maybe a lot of you do. But when you're in rehab, you have no access to the outside world. You have no access to Google. You have no access to any means of how can I get this information very quickly and get the truth. So, oh my goodness. I can't believe this. So 20 characters thought it was a good idea to munch on a tail of a gecko. Oh, it was a trip, all right, for everybody around who saw it happen, or saw the effects of it happen, and saw the side of and saw what happened. Don't ever eat a gecko tail. Not only does this podcast not condone drug use, it does not condone eating geckos' tails. Okay? And for all you nosy Nellies and prying Pete's out there, listen, marijuana is no drug. Okay? Scheduled one, my balls in your mouth. Which brings us to our next. Here's something to think about. Teabagging. You in it or not? Are you going for the ride? Or are you the one enjoying the ride? Are you the one giving the ride? Or are you the one taking it? You know what I mean? Let me know. Let me know. Who's down with the clown with teabagging? Okay? Let's hear it. And we're going to hear it on the next episode, obviously, because that's just something to think about. What are your thoughts? Good, bad, ugly, indifferent, doesn't matter to me. I want to hear. I want to know. And I'm just asking to ask and thinking to think. So if there are any of you out there who have an issue with thinking to think, I think you should think just a bit. What do you think? See right there, I got you to think, huh? And then again, you try to figure it out. What's up with teabagging? Anyway, we'll save that for the next round. From here on out, we're going to keep it loosey-goosey. It's going to be one of those shows where the creative mind is just going to take over. And really, from there, that's what we're looking for. And now I've noticed through a lot of time here on my earth that people have been very, 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 very distant. Was distant the word I was looking for? I guess that makes sense. Or unless my entire time on this planet, I just, nobody's ever really real with anybody. I mean, let's be straight with it, right? Who thinks out there that for a second they have somebody out there who's just been so real? They've been like the realest, right? The realest. How real are they? Now, I'm not talking about, secrets or whatever. Everybody's got skeletons in the closet, right, John? Wink, wink. But anyway, man, I seriously say anyway way too much. And it must just be me. I don't know, the way I read people, I guess. The way I pick up things, the way I can read a room. Some of you listen to this may laugh and say, this motherfucker don't know how to read a room. I think he should leave it every time he walks in. And you know what? Sometimes you're right. I should leave that room so you can continue talking behind my back. Whatever, right? How often does that happen? How often have you walked into a room and you hear nothing? I mean, silence isn't that weird though? How is silence a normal thing? I mean, it's a wonderful thing. I'm not nagging silence at all. Not in the least bit. Silence is one of the best things. See how silent that is? it's very appeasing. It's appealing. It's something that, I mean, it can drive you mad. That's for sure. Nothing wrong with being mad. I mean, ask the Mad Hatter. You ever met him? Well, you should. How real, and you know what? Real's not even a good word for it. How they are they, or how you are you, or how me and me, or how I are I. How that are you? Putting a name on it really didn't work, but how is it that the only real person we're real with is right in the mirror? That's the only person we're really real with. That's the only person we're really honest with. And those who lie to themselves are, ho, always in for a world of hurt. If you look in the mirror and you see this, and you think you're that, or you say this and you mean that, or you mean this and you say that, that's not real, man. So let's stop the pretending, people. Let your true, unhinged feelings out. How do you really feel about Tiffany up the street? How do you really feel about your teacher? How do you really feel about that best friend you got? How do you feel about your wife? How do you feel about your children? How do you feel about the guy you're playing video games against all the way across the world, or even 3 doors down? You wouldn't even know. How real are you with your doctor? How honest are you with your doctor? What about your preacher? Has anybody really been real with their preacher? Those who spend time in the confessional box, even sometimes they're still holding something back, right? I would think. But we all hold a little back. How about we stop holding back and we just do what you gotta. Just be you. Don't hold anything back. And that's I don't know. That's where I went with that. I guess that's. Can we just be a little more real? Just be a little more you. Just be a little more real with everybody. Because as far as I know it, which, if you don't know it by now, you ought to know, I am 100% retarded. Knock, knock. Who's nobody? Nobody's home up there. No. Don't even. Listen, everybody. I don't know why. I don't know. We got Philip with us today. Philip. Q. Philip. Just sit there, shut up, and look cute. All right. You know what I mean? Just sit there, shut up. Just smile. Just smile. Be a mime. What's up, Philip? It's good to have you here, though. It's always good to be able to sit and talk to somebody. But it's been a while since I seen you, Phil. It's been a while, man. You've things have really taken a turn, haven't they, for you, buddy? You look pretty rough. What the hell? What do you mean? When did that happen? What do you mean last week? I seen you last week. What, after I left? How many people were there? Did anybody see it happen? They did? That's funny. That's really fun. I mean, your black eye is your black eye, and the story you just told your story, but I mean, I'm laughing about it now. So I guess they took what from you? Nice. Your wedding ring? Oh, gee, look at that, bud. You just got out of that scot-free, bud. Whoop. Oh, what was this a build-up? Wait a minute, you got beat up, and then someone stole your wedding ring. Okay, I'm up. And your wife's the one who gave you that black eye? Oh my Lana, why? No shit. No shit. That's funny. That's dude. I mean, I really thought you got me with that one, bud. Good job. Good job. Now just shut up, please. Okay, just. We're just looking for complete silence from you. Okay, thanks. Good story, but shut up. Oh man, sorry for that interruption, guys. I don't know where it came from. Just Philip being Philip, I guess. All right, so if we're to get right back into it, the thing that I really, 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 really wanted to talk about today, I brought it up earlier and said we had a special guest. Now that special guest is the one and only Tom McDonald. Now, I'm not saying or speaking for this man, but I am saying on this one very minute idea, phrase, thing, most controversial topic in America or the world or whenever it comes to anything, this is one of them hot topics. Again, I'm not speaking for him. I'm not speaking on behalf of him. I'm saying that when it comes to life on Mars, we're excited to call it life on Mars, but for some reason on Earth, a heartbeat in a baby inside a woman is not that's not considered life. We're more excited about organisms on Mars and worried about the organisms that are crawling around on Mars or under Mars. But when it comes to human life, honestly, I feel like not only is it on the back burner, but we've been burning that pan for a long time. Again, for entertainment purposes only, I'll choose life all day. But I'll also choke that life out. You've got that choice. I mean, you obviously have been given a choice to be a man or a woman. You've been given a choice to stop or yield. You've been given the choice to graduate or not graduate. You've been given a choice to succeed or fail. You've been given a choice to Red Rover, send Cletus on over. You've been all these choices, right? We've been given all these choices and all this time spent worrying about the life that's on Mars, yet when here on Earth we don't give two fucks about the heartbeat in a child's body. And as a matter of fact, again, based on no evidence whatsoever on my end or research, apparently, not only do we not give two fucks about heartbeats inside of living, breathing organisms inside of another living, breathing organism that has dominance over that being. Technically, if you boil it down, you're choosing to murder. But I'm just saying, this is what I'm getting down to. If you choose to kill it, if you don't choose to, you know what? That's solely up to you. I'll tell you right now, if I was on the doctor's end, and I could make a few bucks off an arm or a leg, sign me up. Because apparently that was a thing for a while. I mean, Jesus Christ, what's the profit margin on that? Last I heard it, all you needed was a coat hanger and a little bit of spare time. Now they're sucking them out in a tube, chopping them up, selling. Get me what is the profit margin there? Because I mean, sign me up. I mean, if they don't want it, I'll get in on some of that stem cell research. Where's that donate button? Now, I detract a little bit. But the question is, in all the scheme of things, and as much as you could go into detail about, rape, and you know you can claim it's not something you chose to do, but let's say for a minute that every human being is born with a brain, and that brain is capable of making life crucial, life altering decisions. Now, some of us are born without that ability. Okay? Some really don't have that ability. And they actually do have a mental disorder, and they actually do need. Those people aren't really in the situation to be put into the situation where they'd have to make the decision to say, do I want it? Do I not? Not only should that never ever in a logical thinking human's mind ever become a decision, because you knew going into it what the fucking outcome could be. And no matter what the circumstance, if you're a logical, reasoning, a able-bodied human being with a good head on your shoulders, meaning you're not relying on medication, you're not relying on somebody to get you through the day. You can make the argument that rape, but let's back it up. Rape happens all the time, right? Let's boil it down. How does rape happen? It happens because people make very bad choices in an instant. So if we were to make better choices in an instant before we put ourselves into those situations, it would probably be a little. Now, I'm speaking from the man's point of view, so say what you say. I'm saying what I want to say. So again, I'm back on that fucking rabbit trail. I don't really like being on it. I don't like chasing them. They're too goddamn quick, and they can go anywhere. But let's just let's rewind a little bit. Now with the scheme of things, okay? You can choose. I mean, the heartbeat is not. We've decided to say that life on Mars is life, and that is just nothing. We have skin cells that are bigger than the things we're finding on Mars, based on no evidence at all, or research done on my part. But here's the deal. Let me throw this curveball at you. Why is it okay for us to choose whether or not a life that's being created inside a human is okay to kill or not kill? Kill and just pay for burial costs, or keep and pay for all the things, the clothes, the food, the college, the skinned up knee bandages, the new car, all these things, or a coffin and a hole in the ground? Man, they really make that decision real tough at Planned Parenthood. Just saying. It was created to help women, became a fucking breeding ground for baby machete making. Crazy. It was initially made for women who needed help, and then it became a butcher for babies. Yes! We nailed it on that one, federal government. We nailed it. Donate to Planned Parenthood, where not only do we not have prenatal pills, we have coffins. No more prenatal. We sell coffins. And they're pretty cheap because they're really small. Those things you get your gift cards in? Sometimes you give a gift card. But that's about the size of our coffins. Real cheap. Anyway, let's talk. Let me ask you this. You have a right to make that choice. Why is it illegal to kill yourself? Why is it when you try to kill yourself, when you have, a little bit more information about what's going on, and you're choosing to say, you know what, I just don't want to be here no more? Why is that illegal? Why is it that when people attempt it, or people who have it, why is it now they have a mental disorder? Wait a minute. But they have some facts, and they're making sometimes a logical choice. Man. So if I'm correct, which, I mean, fact check me, probably not. If I'm correct, it's okay to kill a living thing that feeds off of nutrients and produces waste and has a heartbeat and possibly is starting to have thought or possibly form a consciousness. It's okay to, it's okay to cut that out. It's okay for that not to have a chance. But it's illegal for somebody who's had a chance and they said, you know what? This just ain't for me. Now when that human makes the choice to say, I no longer want to be, and fails or whatever, however they don't succeed. I mean, some people make that choice and say, I just want a little bit of attention, and we're just gonna take 18. We're not gonna cut it the right way, But here's the deal: if it's attention you need, go to the movies and just yell at every scene. You'll get the most attention you ever could dream of. So let's stop with the poor me, I don't belong. But hey, listen, I'm not telling you what to do because you got that choice. Just like, the mother of 16 has a choice whether or not she wants to keep number 17. Or whether the landlord's going to kick them out because they got one too many kids. Listen, this is a 3-bedroom apartment. You got 7 kids in here. How the fuck is this, But hey, listen, I understand. I get it. It's real difficult to make crucial decisions in the heat of the moment. In the heat of the moment, Listen. Everybody has that choice, so make the choice, but make it wisely. As Mom used to say, she said, make wise choices. She didn't say, go out and kill some babies. She didn't say, go out and make a regrettable choice that you're going to be fucking regretting tomorrow. Hey, think of this. Why is it? I mean, seriously, ask yourself, abortion, suicide, basically the same choice. Just one is not your life. Whose side are you on? Well, how about there doesn't have to be a side and we all just coagulate and we say, you know what? It doesn't matter. If you want to make a choice to do this, then do this. But don't make a choice out of haste and say, oh, shit. Well, this is all I can do. No. You made the thought was there. You jumped on the thought. You ran with it. I mean, suck it up, Buttercup. But hey, again, no facts have been brought up here today from what I can recall. But I'm just asking questions. Why is it okay to say there's life on Mars and we should keep reaching out that way? Why don't we take a little bit of whatever or wherever that money's being printed from, or wherever it's being made, or whatever basement it's coming up? Why don't we take that money and put it towards taking care of the kids or raising better kids to make better, wiser choices, or teach our kids some consequences? Because I'll tell you right now, I don't know about you folks, but there are no more consequences for children. What are you going to do to them? Nothing. They are in control because you let them. Congratulations. Oh, wait a minute. This is all I got to do. And that's for you, folks. Thank you for enjoying yet another episode of the TrapHouse Podcast. Remember, if you don't like what I got to say, if you like what I got to say, if you want somebody else to hear what I got to say, like, subscribe, comment. Until next time, I'm out of here. See ya.